Hey friends, Tashin here. I'm on my way back from a day's work in town. Such a beautiful place to be in the world. Can already tell I'm gonna miss being here when I leave next week. And there's a lot on my mind and heart. I feel good, I feel alive, I feel energized, had great calls today, and tomorrow is one of my monthly no schedule days, so I have plenty of time to do all the things I want to do. And there's a lot of things that need to be done in order to move timelines, to move worlds, to make new things happen, which is exciting, and it's a lot. And I'm grateful to feel grounded and energized and excited and motivated right now. That's how you're finding me. This is a way that I've been asking people recently, like, instead of how are you feeling, I'll be like, well, how am I finding you? And then I say, like, how are you feeling? It's the same question. It's a question synonym. Same question, 2 question marks, 2 versions of the same question. How am I finding you? How are you feeling? So this is how you're finding me as I start this video. And there's a lot I could talk about, of course, but the thing I want to talk about in this video is something I've tweeted about before, about internal conflict, which is a specific way of doing parts work that I have found so useful for me that I never heard anyone else talk about. Maybe other people do it, but, IFS is sort of in vogue. It's the main parts work modality, but there are lots of others. A lot of people have discovered this principle over time that the mind is multiple, and it's useful to treat it as multiple, and that there's different parts of us that are sort of in conflict or in harmony, and we can learn to harmonize them. I've been really liking the word harmonization to describe this process. That feels like what I'm doing, like unification of mind. But anyway, sometimes I get the sense that I'm conflicted, and it's overwhelming, because sometimes it's like, well, there's this part of me and there's that part of me, and they're in conflict. And maybe what IFS would normally say is like, listen to one at a time, ask the other ones to chill in the background for a bit, and then come back to them, kind of build relationships with each of them one at a time, really listen to what they have to say, like build rapport, and then try to let them talk to each other and see if they can work something out. I don't know, that's a rough paraphrase of the thing. I'm not a therapist, and that's worked. I've done that, and I've done that with therapists. I've done that by myself and whatever. But another way that I discovered that works really well for me, that no one ever taught me, is I especially lay down. It works well for me if I lay down and I make my body still and restful, and I close my eyes. And it's often useful to like let myself fall asleep a little bit if need be. But I kind of start listening to all the voices. I kind of like, instead of focusing on one at a time, or even really listening, like in the sense of verbally processing what they're saying, or empathetic listening, I just allow it all. There's multiple at once, and then I allow all their voices and their feelings and their sentiments and their perspective to just wash over me. And it almost becomes like a cacophony, like 7, 12, 15, 20 people talking all at the same time, as if you're suddenly in a room and it's like, and some of it's intelligible, like, why did you fucking, and some of it's like unintelligible, like, I don't even know, I can't make it out. And then maybe some of it's like in sensations, and some of it's like just a general gestalt, like I don't even know what's happening, but like I just let all of that come and I listen to it all, and and usually if I'm activated or there's things moving through the system, then it will take 15, 20, 30 minutes of just listening to the body and the mind and these different parts, and then eventually it goes, I don't know, they just all quiet down. Eventually. It might take 15 minutes, it might take 20 minutes, it might take 30 minutes, but they all quiet down. And it's as if they feel heard in the way that I listened to them one at a time and really processed and cared for what their perspective is and validated and loved them and but I didn't do any of that. I just let it all wash over me. I just say, okay, have at it. And they all go. And I'm like listening in a perceptual sense. It's like raw sense data. I don't even have time to make sense of it because there's so much of it. Like little snippets might make sense, or I know what it's about roughly. Maybe not. But I just let it wash over me. And it's like a chorus of voices or a cacophony or, like background radio static or like a TV playing in the background, or, you're just in a party and there's 1,000 people talking and you can't really make sense of any one of the conversations. Like you can tune in, catch a little snippet here, but then something else comes up and I did you, and then it chills out. And if I get up after that, after that 20, 30 minutes, I could fall asleep. That's fine. But I can also just get up and be re-energized. Like this is a nice thing to do for a nap, especially if there's activation in the body. Like it's like, well, I've rested my body for 20 or 30 minutes, so that's good. And then my mind has come into harmony and I feel energized and aligned and like, let's go. And I love it. And it's strange because it's easy. Like the other form of IFS for me at least is effortful and caring, and it's almost like conflict mediation between multiple of your friends or something who are pissed off at each other. It's like, well, I'll put in the work because I care about them and I love them and I want their conflict to be resolved, but damn, that requires a lot of emotional labor basically, which I'm willing to do and I know how to do it, but damn. But this is just like, I just have to listen to sounds and feel my body and be still for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I'll take it. And it's become really a tried and true part of my repertoire, especially if there's a lot of internal conflict. And it really does unify the mind and harmonize the mind in a non-conceptual way. Like, I don't really know what moved. I don't really have a sense, I'm going to do this different now. But here we are. So, yeah, that's something that's worked for me with parts work. The cacophony of parts. And, just an experience report. Try it if you like or not. Feel free to share any comments about your experiences in the comments. And I am sending you love, friend. Be well.